What is going on YouTube? Another video match from JD's NerdVerse. This is my first actual replay of a playthrough that I've already done. My first three playthroughs were Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. And that was kind of in the beginning when I didn't know a lot of things. I wasn't aware of a lot of things. I didn't have the best video editing and audio editing. So I decided to redo them to see if I can, one, make the runs a little bit better, but also give you a better quality. Because if you go back to the really first, one of the first four videos of this channel, you're going to see that, yeah, it's not the greatest quality. Stuff's kind of just thrown on the page. There was no prediction apart. So yeah, I decided to go back and redo this, and I'm going to do them in reverse order. So I did Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle last time, and Squirtle had the advantage of going last. So I had two runs before that, so he got a little bit of advantage. I'm going to reverse that this time. So Charmander and Bulbasaur have a little bit more of an advantage going next. So let's go over the stats of Squirtle. Squirtle starts out with pretty decent stats: 44 HP, 48 attack, 65 defense. So defense is a pretty common trend with Squirtle. 50 special and 43 speed. So not the fastest, not bad across the board, but definitely defense is its best stat. When you evolve in from Squirtle, you go to Wartortle. Wartortle, the stats go a bit better. Defense goes up pretty good, but everything goes up pretty steadily for this Pokemon. Your HP is 59, your attack is 63, and your, like I said, your defense is 80, your special goes up 65, and your speed is 58. So you're still not very fast. And then the last part of the evolution, last evolution of this Pokemon with Blastoise, defense is 100, special is 85, speed is 78, and attack is 83, and HP is 79. So those stats are not, like, they're pretty evenly distributed, I would say, other than defense is head and shoulders above everything else. Moving on to the moveset. So I put in 3 different movesets here, and here's why. When I did this initial playthrough, I was not like quite aware. I mean, I do remember this kind of. I don't know why I neglected to think about it. But if you have one like Squirtle and you never evolve him, he learns moves faster than if you evolve him. So that's what I'm showing here is if our Pokemon is evolved into Blastoise, I think it's like level 36 or 34, Skull Bash and Hydro Pump will be pushed back, and so on and so forth. We don't really need Hydro Pump. We don't really need Skull Bash, but I just wanted to showcase this. We're probably not going to need Hydro Pump. Surf is a much more consistent option. So let's go over to the moveset. So Squirtle / all its other things. Squirtle starts out with Tackle and gets Tail Whip. He also gets Bubble. At level 15 he gets Water Gun. At level 22 gets Bite. Level 28 gets Withdrawal, which is a boost your defense. 35 is Skull Bash, which Skull Bash looks great on paper, but it's actually a 2-turn move that you can get hit by during it, so it's not exactly the greatest move. And then Hydro Pump, a 120 base power, 80% accuracy move with 5 power points. Like I said, I'm probably not going to use Hydro Pump very much. Surf is usually a more consistent option to use with Squirtle. So level up moveset's not horrible. It's definitely not a lot of range, but you get water and normal type for sure covered, plus a stat booster in Withdrawal. So a couple stab moves, and then you get you can boost your do the badge boost with the Withdrawal. And moving on to the TM moveset, you get Mega Punch. We can get that pretty early. It's gonna be helpful. Body Slam, Takedown, Double Edge, Water Gun, Bubble Beam, Water Gun, Ice Beam, Blizzard. So a lot of pretty good moves you can use late. Submission, Counter, Size. We don't use any of those. Dig, Mimic. And like I said, Surf is a pretty good move to have late. It's just like Hydro Pump, but way more accurate. And it is 40 base or 25 base power points less, base power less. But it's more accurate and it's more reliable. So that's more the reason why I would choose that over Hydro Pump. So yeah, that's the TM moveset. There's definitely a path to victory. We've already played through this once, so I'll go over the time in the next part. But first I want to go over the rules of the playthrough. We can only use Squirtle in battle. We can use other Pokemon to catch Pokemon for HMs, and we can use other Pokemon for HMs, obviously. But in battle, we can only use Squirtle. In battles for the plot of the game. Running clock with 3 exceptions. First one's Lieutenant Surge's gym. You can never find the button in the trash cans right away. I've actually spent 10 minutes sometimes looking for that button. So we pause the time when we go in to his gym, and we start the timer back up when we fight him, and proceed with the game. Second exception is, this actually could happen a couple times through the game, but sometimes you get too much stuff and you need to dump it into the computer at the Poke Center. So we will stop the time for that. We'll do some errands that are not inducive to the plot, but this might be some things where I need to go buy this, or I need to go get this HM somewhere. The clock will be stopped for that. And the third option is not going to be happening in this video, but sometimes you have to purchase things from the GameStop or the Game Center, and you can only buy 50 coins at a time, so it takes forever. So if we need to, we can stop and do that. I doubt we'll need to in general, but just in case we need to, I'm covering that basis. So let's go back to the prediction part of the video. So when we played through this the first time, we finished the game in 1 hour and 40 minutes and some odd seconds. I personally think that we will knock this out in just under 1 hour and 30 minutes. I think there's enough that I know about the game now where I won't need to spend all that time playing. What I can do instead is I can just I can knock it out in 1 hour and 30 minutes, clean it up. It's going to look a lot better than the last time. And the last time I didn't hate it because it was one of my first videos and I was just trying out. I was very proud of it. But I think with knowing what I know now, we could probably knock a good 10 minutes off this run, so we can knock it down to make it a sub hour and 30 run. That's the goal. And like I said, the last time we did it in 1 hour and 40 minutes and like 20 seconds or something like that. So we definitely want to beat that goal. But yeah, that's my prediction. And if you haven't already, you need to go back to this because I forgot to drop this, so I apologize. Wrong one. My Instagram is JD's_nerd_verse, and Twitter is JD's NerdVerse. So follow those, please. Subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, take it away, future JD.
Thanks, Past JD. Welcome to JD's NerdVerse. This is the playthrough portion of our speedrun replay challenge. So what we're doing is we're replaying the playthrough with Squirtle. If you haven't seen any of the videos yet on my channel, this is one of the first videos that I actually did was playthrough with Squirtle. It's actually the third video I ever did. So we're playing through all the starters in reverse. We're going to sprinkle them in casually throughout the next set of Pokemon that we're doing. So, Squirtle. The whole goal of this is to optimize the run. So basically, I look at it to where is Squirtle? Did Squirtle have issues in this run? Early game, Squirtle doesn't have too many issues. It gets Bubble pretty quick, and then he gets Water Gun. And his moveset progresses pretty well compared to other Pokemon. I'm just letting you guys watch the battles right now. These battles aren't that trivial. What's trivial is what happens later. That's the most important part of the game that we save time on. So, the middle part of the game is what's tricky for Squirtle. We have a good move progression, but the middle part of the game, you come across three gyms that you're not super good against. So the first gym is Lieutenant Surge. First gym action in the game is Brock, or Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and he's pretty simple. You're water type, he's rock, it's a one-hit knockout. Even with Bubble, it's a one-hit knockout. You don't have to have Water Gun to do it. Second trainer is Misty, and for the most part, you have a typing matchup that actually favors you because you have an opportunity to get another move that betters the only move she has left. So because you're water type, she's what's called good AI. She will use a water type against you because she knows it's not going to be that effective. So she'll use other moves that are non-water type. For example, Tackle, she'll use X Defend, things like that. But she will not actually physically use Water Gun or Bubble Beam. So that's an advantage for us because we know what she's not going to use as her two most powerful attacks. And she's going to use something completely different. So now we're fighting the Million Light Years trainer. Go ahead and watch that. We win this pretty easy. Like I said, we're water type. Ground and rock are not, don't do much to us. Although Bubble should do way more than that, but it is what it is. So the Misty Gym is not too hard because we get a move that helps us with the Misty Gym. Makes it pretty easy. And then we progress from there, and then we end up fighting Lieutenant Surge's Gym. Now, Lieutenant Surge's Gym can be tough. He definitely can be tough. And the reason why it can be tough is he's electric type. We're weak to electric. He has 3 Pokemon. Not all of them are always one-hit knockouts. It's not always the case. But, yeah, so that's a tricky one that we have to deal with. Another tricky one we have to deal with is Erica. Erica's gym is grass type, and we're weak to grass. And Victory Bell, one of her primary Pokemon, has a move called Razor Leaf that critical hits every time and will knock us out in one hit. So we got to be bulky enough to take that. We have to over-level it a little bit. So there's a lot of things we got to do. And also some of our moves that we're going to eventually add to the game. This is the Brock fight. I'm sorry. Here you go. We just beat Brock. There's the Onyx, the Rock Snake, and Wakanda Forever. And put a shirt on, Brock. You're embarrassing yourself. And we get to level up. Yay! War Turtle leveled up. Or Squirtle leveled up the War Turtle. And now we're moving on with the game. And we're just fighting all the missions here. Now, I want you to notice here that the battles here, we don't fight every battle in the game like we would in the past. We don't have to. So what this does for us, it gives us the ability to just get by these guys as much as possible, really quickly. We don't have to fight every battle. We can skip over about 3 or 4 battles. And we progress through this and even Mountain Moon pretty well. And I'll get to the stuff in Mountain Moon here in a minute. So the Erica gym is very tough. So if you fight either one of those gyms, you could run the risk of losing, which kills time. And you run the risk of, you know, trying to keep winning, fight over and over and over until you win, which also kills time. So you have to be decisive. And with a playthrough already under my belt and playing through this again, and having about 30 videos I've done now of this genre, we can kind of optimize the run a little bit. And I actually found a way to optimize the run more after this game. I filmed it, and I'm doing it right now. But I'm not going back and filming it. Maybe I'll have a third playthrough. I'll just tell you what would have done faster if I'd have done it. What would have been faster. And then you have Koga's Gym, which you're not super effective against Koga, not Cobra Kai, Koga. But you're not super effective against him. And it's just nothing is super great, but you do have Surf at that point, so that's helpful. So the strategy that happens around then I should have done that I regret not doing. So I can go back to that, and I'll explain that whenever we go over that. So like I said, these battles are they're trivial. They're not very tough. We're over-leveled. We have more powerful moves. And they're just not really tough trainers. So the benefits of Squirtle is Squirtle's moveset really is great. He goes from Bubble at level 8, which is faster than any other starter, gets a elemental move. Or a same type move, whatever you want to call it. I call it elemental because the element is water, the element's grass, the element's fire. But he gets his move faster than anyone, and he gets his second, high end move, faster than anyone else. So the second fire move that Charmander learns is Flamethrower. You go Ember and then Flamethrower. There's nothing in between that. It's insane. The second grass move, technically Lead Seed, I guess, is grass, but if you're going off a real grass move, you don't even learn Vine Whip until like level 12 or 13. And you don't learn Razor Leaf until level 30 or 31. So you got a long span of time, and we get a move right here, Mega Punch, that helps us with Misty. That's why we can beat Misty, is that move right there. But that's the struggles that we have. That's the benefit that Squirtle has. Squirtle has actually some of the best benefits in the game. You go from okay move, that's the same type of attack bonus in Bubble, to a good Water Gun, same type of attack bonus as Bubble, to Bubble Beam, to Surf. So you progress very well in your movesets, and especially same type of attack bonus. Not other starters do that. So that's definitely an advantage for Squirtle. This is why a lot of people think he is the best starter. I'm playing through again to see if he is the best starter. I think he definitely makes a compelling case after you see the end time on this. He definitely does a good job. So now we're fighting the Super Duper Nerd, and he has a couple old fossils that he does not want to share. So he's using his Pokemon he found in the trash. You have a Coughing, you have a Voltorb. Probably thought it was a Pokeball, to be honest. And you have a Coughing. And we level up. And we beat Super Duper Nerd, and we get the Dome Fossil. All hail the Dome Fossil. And then we move on to Missy's Gym. Missy's Gym, I'll comment on this real quick. Missy's Gym is not very difficult. And you're going to look at this, and you're probably seeing the length of this video and like, hey, this video is not very long. It's not. So I'm skipping over a lot of the what would be a meat and potatoes part of a playthrough, and content for playthroughs, and talking about all the battles and things like that for other videos. Because we've played through this, I'm just going to skip over that and get to the important battles and the ultimate end result. And that's what I'm going to do with this video. And now we're fighting Goldeen. We get 3-hit knockout. Very good. Well, unless we get confused and we hit ourselves in confusion. And we knock him out, level 23. So now we're going to take on Misty. Misty's a cakewalk. Staryu, like I said, won't use anything but Tackle. I can fight this battle a million times. It will never use Water Gun or Bubble Beam. Never will. And then Mega Punch. Her best move is Tackle. She might also add an X Defend in there. Yep. and X defend preventing it from being a 3-hit knockout, but we get the 4-hit knockout, and we have about a little over half of our health. So we end up winning there. We learned Bite. That's awesome. Bite's a pretty nice move. So there's another progression. That's not a water type, but it is another progression in the move. Now we're fighting our rival. Our rival is not very hard as long as you can get through the Pidgeot. However, I'm pretty sure the Pidgeot here sand attacks a couple times. Stupid dirty bird. Alright, so now we use Bite. It's a 3-hit knockout. And we get sand attacks, which is awesome. I don't know about you guys, but I love getting sand attacked. It's amazing. Now we're fighting Abra. Abra will be he'll be a knockout regardless. You can use nothing and beat him basically, and that's gonna be a really big pain in the butt. That's like one of my next few challenges is to play through with Abra. And Abra only has teleport to like level 16 until he evolves. Doesn't learn anything else till he evolves. So that's gonna be a pain in the butt, and it's gonna be fun, but it's also gonna be a pain in the butt. I'm excited for it. See if I can get a decent time under my belt. So now we beat the rival fight. We basically just go right to the next rival fight. Nothing between beating our rival fight here and this rival fight is really important. Most of the battles we just steamroll the opposition. We didn't even heal for the battle. That's stupid of us. But Body Slam is a 2-hit knockout for both Pidgeotto, I'm sorry, and Raticate. And it's a 1-hit knockout for Kadabra. Very good. Kadabra has low defense. Now we're facing our rival's Ivysaur. If we miss this attack, it could be bad, but we don't. We end up beating him, and now we're facing Lieutenant Surge. Not real. I don't know. Maybe he should be demoted because I don't recall one time losing to this guy. He's been a pretty model consistency of how to a trainer we can beat or gym leader we can beat. The knockout, dig. It's a 1-hit. Very good. Do we get 3? Do we get 3? We get 3. That's a knockout right there. That's 3 knockouts, 3 up, 3 down. Good morning, good evening, good night. Strike out the side, whatever you want to call it. Whatever cliche fits you and the interests you like. 1-hit knockout. Now this guy, I like to show him because he's kind of a celebrity in my playthroughs. His name's just the hiker. He's just a hiker. I think in Generation 3 he actually gets a name. I don't remember his name though. So now we've gone through the rock tunnel. I've skipped over that. Gone through the rock tunnel, got to Celadon City. Now we're fighting Team Rocket. The whole point of fighting Team Rocket here is to get the Silph Scope. So I'm not showing all the battles. I'll show Tweedledee and Tweedledum just to show how stupid they are. And like I said, there's some celebrities I have that that make cameos in this. And then you got Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and they make cameos in my videos, and this is one of them. So we beat these guys pretty handily. Like I said, Tweedledee, that's the first one I face. And Tweedledee watches me kick the crap out of his friend. He's like, oh yeah, I'm going to use the same Pokemon. What could go wrong here? And everything goes wrong. We beat this Pokemon pretty bad. If you hear something, I am drinking coffee to stay awake. We get the level up. We knock out the Arbok. We get poisoned. Not fun, but it is what it is. Now we face Giovanni. Giovanni, we didn't even heal. Bubble Beam's a 1-hit knockout. Very good. Rhyhorn is a 1-hit knockout. It's not going to be a 1-hit knockout for Kangaskhan. But Bite is doing significant damage, if I'm being honest. And this could have been scary. I got a little worried here. But we ended up beating them regardless. Not a big deal. Move on to our 5th rival fight. Or as JRose11 calls him, Rival 5. He calls the 5th rival fight. Body Slam, 1-hit knockout. Is it going to be a 1-hit knockout across the board? It's not a 1-hit knockout. But Gyarados cheats. I don't know if you saw a previous video. Gyarados has Hydro Pump. He doesn't get Hydro Pump in the game until over level 40, and he has it right now at like level 20 something. So the rival's a cheater. That's the best way I can put it. All right, and 2-hit knockout, very good. And now we have our rival. We're out of power points. That's awesome. If he tried for Razor, he's not high enough. Well, I don't know. He might have Razor Leaf, and he's just not, you know. And we evolve into Blastoise. Good job, Shelter. You know what that just reminded me of? Look at that picture. If anyone ever seen, I'm gonna go back to that for 2 seconds. If you ever seen, I'm gonna let it evolve and then show. You ever seen that YouTube video? It's the viral video where the gopher like looks dramatically into the camera. Look at how Blastoise' face looks right now. Dun, dun, dun. Just like all seriously. I wish I could zoom in, but I'm not good enough with the graphics and stuff to do that. but it looks like it's something you just zoom in right there. So we're in Erica's gym, and we're getting her beat. We're a high enough level, that's why I'm taking the risk at doing it. That's why. And also, I wanted to get some things out of the way so I can remove Bubble Beam, because Bubble Beam was going to be crucial to beat the rival. So I wanted to hang on to it. It was going to be crucial to get through some parts of the game. But now we got rid of that, get Ice Beam, and we're going to get rid of this eventually and get another move. But the whole point of that, and we froze Vileplume, so we took 1 health, 1 iota of damage. And the trainers in here, this is the pseudo psychic gym. Has a lot of trainers that know psychic, very little poison, doesn't make any sense. Yeah, and that's almost a 1-hit. And we got lucky because it didn't go psychic again. So the AI will like randomize moves. So you got a 1 in 4 chance it's gonna do a certain move, and it doesn't like spam that. So I'm stupid here. I should have just went and healed, or went to the Poke Center and healed, save myself the potions. But we're getting this battle too. Nothing super crazy. So after this, I'll tell you the strategy that I did, and you're gonna see that here in a minute, so you can see the results of all these battles. So the battle that I wanted to do, or that I did, I went from this and went straight to Silph to fight my rival, the rival number 6, which is the one that J Rose 11 calls rival 5. Well, I don't know why. He skips over. He doesn't fight the second battle with your rival. He skips over that because he thinks it's optional. I don't think it's optional. That's just me. That's how he plays it. He doesn't. He skips over that battle. He doesn't see it as like necessary. I do, because sometimes you gotta level up a little bit more to beat that guy. So that's why I say that. What was I going? So the strategy in which I beat Koga, then I immediately go and fight rival number 6 in Silph. Rival 6 in Silph has a solid team. It's probably the hardest. Honestly, it's the hardest rival battle in the game, in my opinion. Most of the stuff's around the same level as you, and he's got a lot of them got pretty decent moves. The AO is smarter, might work a little bit better, but it is what it is. But that's why it's like, in my opinion, I think it's the hardest starter battle or trainer or rival battle, because he has a full-on team. He's got like strategy. He's got a Gyarados that's over leveled and cheats. Yeah. So that's why. So, like I said, this battle, I still, to the life of me, would like to go back in time and like strangle the guys inside of these gyms. Like, why did you put a bunch of psychic Pokemon in the poison gym? It doesn't make sense to me. So now we're fighting Koga. Koga is a ninja. He really belongs in Cobra Kai. Strike fast, strike hard, poison your opponent. Sit back, wait, and let them die a slow, painful death. That's more or less their motto. So I'm using Withdrawal. So what Withdrawal does is Withdrawal initiates the badge boost list for us. 1 knockout. Muck. Is Muck a 1-hit? Almost a 1-hit. So what I'm doing here with this is I upped my stats. So Harden actually ups your defense, but because of the thing called the badge boost list in Generation 1, where when you get a gym badge, every other gym badge, like every odd number gym badge, gives you a stat boost. I think with the Brock, it's like attack, which should be defense, but it's attack. And get the knockout. Nope. I'm going to lose because of the knockout. I misclicked and I lose. I lose this battle because I misclicked. I meant to use Surf and I misclicked. You know how frustrating that was? Very frustrating. So it is what it is, but I was very frustrated with that. Oh boy. So let's try this again. Withdrawal. We're poisoned again. Yippee. Withdrawal again. So now we're going to use Dig, which I think I switch over to Surf here. I'm going to switch over to Surf. And there we go. Knocked out. There we go. And our rival's a dirty cheater. And after we beat this guy, we go to our rival. Self-destruct. We take him like a boss. And then we move on to our rival. Rival number 6. So here's a compilation of a bunch of losses. So rival number 6 comes with some challenges. You don't really have anything that's going to one-hit knock out the Pidgeot. I think Dig could, but it's a flying Pokemon, so it can't hit it. So setting up withdrawals on Pidgeot, not a good idea. The goal here, where I think the strategy could have. So here's the strategy I should have done. What I should have done is, as soon as I beat Koga, I need to go to Cinnabar Island. Cinnabar Island, go there. I can face a lot of trainers, get some extra levels very, very quickly, very easily. and I could have leveled up a couple more levels. I could have swept Lance's team. Lance is horrible, so I could have swept his entire team, but I didn't. That's not what I did. I went ahead and went straight for the rival because I don't know why. But that would have been the better strategy, because if I would have done that, and then what happens with that is I get more experience. I go right for a trainer who has a gym. Let me rephrase this: a gym that has a lot of trainers in there that are all weak to me. I literally just got to spam surf, and I can blast that gym in like minutes. Otherwise, I'm doing what I'm doing here, and I'm refighting this rival battle a couple times. Vine Whip gets us with 1 health, and if we don't get the knockout, we get paralyzed, but Razor Leaf knocks us out. So now we just decide to go and do that strategy. So I could have saved us a couple minutes if I just did that initially, rather than if I just done that initially, rather than you know, go fight these battles. I probably could save about 3 or 4 more minutes at least. And like I said, we blast through his the entire gym. We blast through his entire team. I don't think we took any damage. And this is our 4th knockout. 4. Get the knockout. Take a seat. Arcanine. Hey, I played as him. He's not bad. So now with a little bit higher level, we can come back here and we can try to fight our rival, which is what I should have done to begin with, and save myself about 3 or 4 hours of my life. But it is what it is, and we still actually get a pretty optimized run. We're only at 59 minutes right now, and we've beaten every gym except for Sabrina and Giovanni. And Giovanni, you know, Giovanni's pretty easy. So we have 2 Giovanni fights, Sabrina, 2 rival fights, and 4 Elite Four members that we're required to fight right now. So we're doing pretty good. I think we're progressing pretty well through the game, and we've definitely gone at a breakneck pace that I think is very good. And now Body Slam should be a 1-hit, very good. And now the last one, Venusaur. Body Slam is almost a 1-hit, but it paralyzes, and he uses a potion. It's funny. Oh man, look how much damage that did. Oh, I was sweating bullets. Man, I was sweating some serious bullets there. Now we face Giovanni, another easy battle, because we have a type advantage. So Surf, 1-hit knockout, very good. Kangaskhan, 1-hit knockout, very good. Do we get 3? We get 3. Do we get 4? We get 4. So we sweep the entire team, run Rub Shot, good morning, good evening, good night, have a seat. 4 up, 4 down. I know that's not really a thing, it's 3 up, 3 down, but whatever. Now we're facing Sabrina. And I overthought this, I really did. So I knock him out. It might not be this one. I might have actually overthought this in a different game, or in a different playthrough. I think I might be thinking of Arcanine. But it's a 1-hit knockout, very good. Venomoth is almost a 1-hit knockout. We get paralyzed. That's going to be fun. We have to deal with that. So now, she brings out Alakazam. Psywave, I hate that move. And he goes for Reflect. We get lucky there. A little bit of luck helped, but we were lucky there. Now we're facing Giovanni. Giovanni's gym, like I said, is not hard, and he's even easier. Because now, we're going to sweep his entire team. We're going to Surf, 1-hit knockout. 2 knockouts. Do we get 3? We get 3. Do we get 4? We get 4. And do we get 5? We get 5. 5 up, 5 down, knockout, whatever you want to call it. And we face our next rival fight. And this one should be a little bit easier than the last one, because now we have a better strategy and understand what to do. The goal here, knock out Pidgeot as soon as possible. It's a 2-hit knockout. He does agility, which is great. So he doesn't attack us at all. Okay? And we're not going to learn Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump is not bad move. Not a bad move. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad move. But it's not going to help us in this playthrough. Okay? Surf is a water type move we can use. And with, let's see, Surf, 1-hit knockout. Very good. So that's 2 1-hit knockouts. We did have to set up some stuff. Body Slam is not a 1-hit. So just want to let you know what happened there. So I Body Slammed and he used Leer, so that actually boosted my stats again. So knockout, this should be a 1-hit knockout, very good. And now is our Venusaur rival 1-hit knockout? It is not. Razor Leaf, however, God bless, that was a lot of damage. Jeez, and a critical hit too. I told you, it's tough. It's very scary. So now we're on to Lorelei. Lorelei and the Elite Four. This is the creme de la creme. This is where we got to make our money. It's the playoffs. We already played the regular season. It's time for the playoffs. Dig. And dig we use 2 times, and 1 more time we'll get the knockout. Or we won't. Never mind. We will not get the knockout. And so, because Dugong is ice/water, he's going to spam rest forever. Because we're water type, ice is not like super affected by water. So he's going to keep spamming that until we knock him out. Cloyster will do something similar. So he will go with a non-water move or ice move, which is Spike Cannon. He doesn't have anything else to use. He will not use anything else against us because we're the same type. Same right here with Slowbro. Slowbro will use Amnesia, or I think he might use Tail Wag or something. There's Amnesia. And that's all he's going to do. He's going to spam it because the AI in this game tells him that Water Gun will be not effective at all because I'm Water type. However, I'm doing a Water type move to him, and he is part Water Psychic. And I'm doing I did a decent amount of damage to him. So, and now knocking out Jinx. Jinxie's thrashing doesn't really do a lot of damage. Very good. Surf is a knockout. And now Lapras. I remember playing this, and it's not this battle. Maybe it's another battle, but I think there was a playthrough where we had someone playing with I'm sorry. Let me talk about this first and I'll get back to that. So, Bruno, we don't talk about it much. 2 knockouts. Do we get 3? We get 3. Do we get 4? And we get 4. And Machamp, is it a 1-hit? It's not a 1-hit, however, it is a 2-hit. We get the knockout, very good. Moving on to Agatha. Agatha can be scary, but as long as you have a Pokemon with Dig, Agatha is not that scary. So I gave Rare Candy to my Pokemon just in case. I don't know why I did this. I'm not using the badge boost in this battle at all. It's not necessary. We can just use Dig, and it's going to destroy whoever we come across, except for Golbat. That's not going to be fun, because Golbat cannot be damaged by ground moves, because he's clearly standing there, but, you know, he's actually flying. And Ghost Levitate, but they can get hit by it, but a freaking bat standing on the ground can't. Doesn't make sense. So we get the knockout here on Haunter. Now we're looking at Arbok. Is Arbok a 1-hit knockout? Very good. Now we're going to get a Dig in and almost a knockout. However, we're going to do it one more time just for good measure. Get the knockout. We beat Agatha. We move on to Lance. I said Lance earlier. I meant to say Blaine when I was talking about the Fire Gym. So Lance comes out with Gyarados. The goal here is to get rid of Gyarados as quickly as possible. And we get rid of Gyarados as quickly as possible. Dragonair is going to use... they can use pretty much all their moves. They're going to mix it up. They're going to have variety. And, yeah. So, Blizzard, 1-hit knockout on Dragonair. Is the Blizzard 1-hit knockout on second Dragonair? It is. We set the badge boost. Our speed is good. Our attack's good. Knockout is now. We just don't want to level up. Very good. And we want to beat Dragonair at night. Now we can level up if we want to. And, yeah, we beat Lance. And now we're facing our champion. The champion, not our champion. Our rival who is sitting on our throne of championshipness. So we're at 1 hour and 11 minutes and 35 seconds. That's where we're at right now. That's the pace we've been at. So it's a very strong pace. And Blizzard should knock him out in 1 hit. Very good. Now we're moving on to... Is it Alakazam? Yeah, it's Alakazam. Body Slam should be enough to knock him out in 2 hits. Very good. We like Reflect. It's great. Withdrawal. Ride-On doesn't do much. So you can use Ride-On to really boost your stats. And Surf is a 1-hit. Look how fast this thing drains. That's incredible. In the last 2, we have Gyarados, who we can use Body Slam on. It does more than half damage. Hyper Beam doesn't really do too much. We do tank it like a boss. But we win nonetheless, and we're moving on to Arcanine. Arcanine's not very tough. One shot, 1 kill. Blizzard is enough to take out Venus on 1 hit. It is. So with that being said, we have beaten the entire game of Pokemon Red, or Blue, I'm sorry, we played Pokemon Blue, with Squirtle at a much faster pace. His original pace was 1 hour and 40 minutes and some odd seconds, like 23 seconds or something like that. And we blasted through that pace, and I think we're going to be able to do this with a couple other Pokemon as well once we do some playthroughs. So we blast through that pace. This is the end result time. It says 7 hours and 11 minutes. Like I said, I pause it. We're at 4 times speed. So, yeah. And the playthrough final score is 1 hour and 12 minutes and 53 seconds. That's incredible. I had some thoughts on who could beat that. I'm not thinking of too many people that Pokemon that can, but I think I have thoughts. Who do you think can actually beat that score of 1 hour and 12 minutes, 53 seconds? Let me know in the comment section down below. Stay tuned for some good content coming out for my video. Obviously I'm playing through a Pokemon still. I'm gonna mix in some replays. Also comment down below. I got a question. If you saw a video, for example, this happened to me last Saturday. I posted a video on Friday. Saturday, I'm watching a video, just a little bit of call control, make sure it's pretty decent. And as I'm watching, I come up with a very good strategy for how I could beat the game with Growlithe or Arcanine. And I could do that and probably save myself about 5 or 10 minutes. Would anyone be interested in seeing that, first off? And do you think I should go right into it, or should it something I circle back to? So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But I just want to let everyone know that I appreciate everyone watching. I have some other games coming out soon. I started doing one is Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth. One of my favorite games of all time. So there's other games I want to do, but for now, those are the 2 I'm doing. And I want to thank everyone for watching. Well, check out my socials at JD's NerdVerse and at JD_nerd_verse. Okay? And that's it. Everyone have a good one. Stay safe and see ya.